On a seemingly ordinary December day in 2018, the corridors of Terry Parker High School in Jacksonville echoed with the usual bustle of students. But for one family, this day marked the beginning of an unsettling mystery that would soon grip an entire community. Ayanna Sawyer, a young student with a bright future, seemingly vanished into thin air, leaving only whispers and shadows in her wake. Was this a case of a young soul seeking escape? Or were the shadows hiding something far more sinister? This enigma was deepened by a poignant detail. Ayanna was 5 months pregnant. As the investigation unfolded, the truth finally began to emerge, but it was a truth that was far beyond the realms of what anyone had dared to imagine. Let's dive in. Ayanna Michelle Sawyer, an astute and bright teen from Jacksonville, Florida, was on track for a future filled with impressive achievements. Born September 6, 2002, her zest for knowledge was evident from a young age. In her home with her parents and 3 siblings, Ayanna grew into an exceptional individual. At Terry Parker High School, her academic excellence was clear. She consistently earned top grades and was a regular name on the honor roll. Poised for early graduation with multiple college scholarships already in hand, Ayanna's prospects seemed boundless. However, an unexpected development occurred when she discovered she was pregnant. Her family, providing steadfast support and advice, encouraged her to stay focused on her academic pursuits. Although she hadn't yet shared the identity of the baby's father, Ayanna was excited about motherhood and had chosen the name Hazel for her daughter. On December 19, 2018, a pivotal change occurred, as detailed in police records. Ayanna attended her regular classes at Terry Parker High School, but concern grew when her sister, a student at the same school, noticed Ayanna was missing from their usual bus ride home. Despite multiple attempts by her family to contact her via phone and inquiries with her friends and relatives, there were no leads. Struck by this out-of-character event for the normally reliable Ayanna, her mother decided to call 911. She informed the dispatcher about the unusual nature of Ayanna's sudden absence.
Going straight to voicemail or just...
It's going straight to voicemail. Her phone never goes to voicemail. She has that phone in her hand, and when she sleeps with that phone in her hand. The only bad judgment she did was getting pregnant. She's on track to graduate this year in 10th grade. She's an honor student, honor society student, all that, no problems. And it's just not like her.
Soon after the conversation ended, the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office called back. Their goal was to gather more information to accurately assess any potential risks or hazards. The Sawyer family was adamant that Ayanna had not run away. They had been fully supportive throughout her pregnancy, and she had attended all her doctor's appointments. The baffling nature of her disappearance left both her family and law enforcement in a state of confusion and concern. On December 27th, the case took a significant turn when a relative of Ayanna's brought to light allegations of inappropriate contact between her and her 33-year-old uncle-in-law, Jonathan Quiles, who was the husband of Ayanna's aunt. The Sawyer family had previously harbored suspicions about Quiles' behavior towards Ayanna. Given her current status, they felt an urgent need to tell the police, suspecting that Quiles might have vital information about Ayanna's whereabouts. This suspicion was notably contrasted by Quiles' online behavior, where he was actively posting messages expressing concern for Ayanna, presenting a conflicting image of the family's concerns. To support their position, the Sawyers presented Ayanna's laptop to officers. In it, they discovered a 4-page love letter in which Ayanna expressed a desire to run away with her lover. The family believed this letter was about Jonathan Quiles, raising obvious concerns. The police acted swiftly. Officers were sent to Quiles' residence to investigate the allegations against him, while tactfully exploring any potential links he might have to Ayanna's whereabouts. Detectives questioned Quiles and released him on the same night. Yet, just 2 weeks after concluding their initial investigation, authorities apprehended Quiles at his place of employment, the Ace Pick-A Part, an automotive parts facility.
Quiles told investigators that he was accused of sexual assault by family members when he told them to stop causing conflict with his wife.
Because this is a sister matter type of deal, I can't do it no more. I'm done with it.
He recalls the accusations.
That thing Jonathan has been inappropriate with. Now, they question them girls separately, together, and it's been, nope, he's never been inappropriate with me.
The investigator explains that she is handling a missing persons case. The missing person is Ayanna Sawyer. They found a love note on her computer. They believe it is about Quiles.
And so they're finding stuff on the computer that she's authoring that's implying a sexual relationship with you. Almost like a love affair.
The detectives tell Quiles they have also found his DNA, but it's not clear if it's tied to Sawyer or someone else.
So there would be no reason to have any of your DNA.
Nope, not at all.
Investigators ask Quiles about Sawyer. Quiles explains he doesn't know where Ayanna Sawyer is located.
I have no idea where to find her. She never told me anything about running away, and I can't give you any information I don't have about her, period.
According to police records, Quiles was taken to Duval County Jail in connection with the assault on a member of Ayanna's family. He was detained with a bond set at $250,000. Quiles's wife expressed her shock upon learning about the accusations against her husband. She stated her refusal to post bail for him, emphasizing that her focus was on finding Ayanna and dealing with her own late-stage pregnancy by Jonathan. A week following Quiles's arrest, it was revealed by local media that investigators had commenced a search of a nearby landfill for evidence. The authorities at that point disclosed no further details, only mentioning that they were acting on tips and that the investigation was actively progressing. When approached by a local news team for comments on the landfill search, the Sawyer family indicated that this development was unexpected and previously unknown to them. After an extensive search, authorities recovered articles of clothing they believed belonged to Ayanna and a book from the Terry Parker High School library. Subsequent court documents revealed that the decision by police to search the landfill was based on a tip from Jonathan Quiles's brother, Joseph. Upon learning of Jonathan's January 8th arrest, Joseph reached out to the authorities and alleged that his brother had admitted to murdering Ayanna during a phone call shortly after her disappearance. Initially, Joseph had doubts about the truthfulness of Jonathan's confession. However, upon learning that Ayanna was missing and his brother's subsequent arrest, Joseph began to believe the confession might be true. This led to a significant moment when Jonathan texted Joseph to inquire if he had spoken to the police. Joseph responded as follows: "I can't talk to you right now. I have to stay firm on my decision. What you told me isn't a joke or something. So, yeah, I told the police because they need to know. If you was lying, then you will be cleared and free. But if you wasn't, then you won't. I'm sorry, I have to do the right thing for that girl and her family, not the right thing for you and your selfishness. I hate to lose you, but I'd rather that girl's family have some peace. If you're innocent, then you don't have anything to worry about. They won't find her body. But if you're not, they're going to find her. And in that case, I've already lost my brother. I'm sorry." In his testimony during the court proceedings, Joseph elaborated on the details of the phone conversation he had with his brother Jonathan.
Yeah, at some point in time, we had another conversation where I started questioning him a little bit more about what he was going to do, or what he did or didn't do. And
so just so we're clear, let me stop you there. Was this next phone call on the same day?
Same day. I don't know if in the order of the calls for the conversation. And after we had a small conversation, he then said that he already handled the situation. He already took care of it.
Were those his words? He took care of it?
Yeah, he took care of it.
All right, sir. Now tell this jury what he told you with respect to how he took care of the situation. In another conversation, same day,
He then said that he took the young lady and he had her sitting in a vehicle. He picked her up. He had her sitting in a vehicle, waiting. He tried to strangle her. It didn't work out. He couldn't stomach it. And so then he later went, shot her in the chest, and then he proceeded to discard the body by taking the body and putting it transporting it into a dumpster and destroying the vehicle.
While Quiles was detained and awaiting his trial, investigators persuaded 2 fellow inmates to engage him in a conversation about the murder. One of the inmates was wired with a recording device. In the course of their nearly 2-hour discussion, Quiles once again confessed to killing Ayanna and disposing of her body. To date, her remains have not been found. In a separate turn of events, Quiles' wife began the process of divorce while Jonathan was in custody. This legal action was completed and officially entered into the public record on May 7, 2021. Opening arguments in the trial of Florida versus Jonathan Quiles began in September 2023. During the 6-day trial, the prosecution presented a case built on significant evidence against Jonathan. This included surveillance footage placing him at the crime scene, explicit Snapchat messages exchanged between the victim and the accused, testimonies from multiple witnesses, and wire recordings. The defense, however, argued that there was no concrete evidence linking Jonathan to the paternity of Ayanna's unborn child, nor any physical proof of murder, including supportive DNA evidence. On September 21, 2023, it took the jury just 62 minutes to render a verdict. Jonathan was found guilty on all counts, including first-degree murder. Prosecutors wanted the death penalty, adapting to Florida's recent legal change, which now allows a death sentence to be imposed with just 8 out of 12 juror votes, as opposed to the previous requirement for a unanimous decision. However, less than 8 jurors voted for the death penalty 4 days later, leading to a recommendation for life imprisonment without the possibility of parole. At the sentencing hearing, Ayanna's mother stepped forward to deliver a victim impact statement. Her words echoed the profound sorrow, longing, and anguish of a mother who had lost her child in such a horrific manner.